top 5 of his most recent mock draft. AJ Dybantsa going with the first overall pick to Washington, followed by Darren Peterson, number 2 overall to Utah. Then it's Duke's Cam Boozer, UNC's Caleb Wilson, and Illinois' Keaton Wagler rounding out the top 5. You're about to learn something, America, because we got ESPN NBA front office insider Bobby Marks joining the program. Bobby, good morning to you. What are the Wizards weighing here in the top spot?
Well, this is a top-heavy draft right now, and I think when you look at there's three players I think you can consider at number 1 when you look at Darren Peterson, AJ Dybantsa, and Cameron Boozer. It's a good problem to have, and I think when you look at Peterson here, 6'6" guard, the ultimate shot maker, I think he's being overlooked defensively, what he can do on that end of the court. Yes, it was an uneven year at Kansas here, but I have him number 1 on my board right now. And then you look at Dybantsa, 6'9", 215 pounds, a terror in transition, has gotten a lot better from the 3 as far as that's something he's worked on in the offseason. And then Boozer, the most complete offensive player out of the 3 here. 4 assists at Duke, 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. A good problem to have if you are the Washington Wizards.
It's so freshman-loaded, so top-heavy, so talent-rich this draft. What's the ideal player-team pairing, in your eyes, in the top 10?
Yeah, I love Darius Acuff in Sacramento at 7. I don't know if he's going to make it to 7, but I have him number 5 right now. And what I like about Acuff is here's a player that has modeled his game after Damian Lillard, has studied a lot of Allen Iverson. Yes, he's 6'2", 6'3" here, but his ability to get to the rim, his fearlessness, his ability to close games, his passing, a little over north of 6 assists at Arkansas this year. So I have Acuff after Peterson as the best guard on the board here. I think Sacramento needs a face of their franchise, and he's the guy.
Not hyperbolic to say this is one of the most talent-rich drafts we've seen in recent memory. When is the last time we've seen a draft class, Bobby, like this?
Well, what were you doing in 1996? I was year 1 at the New Jersey Nets, and when I look at this year's draft class, that is what I'm comparing it to. 1996. Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Kerry Kittle, Steve Nash. The list goes on as far as a dearth of guards here. It was deep, and I think when you look at this year's draft, certainly Peterson will go in the top 2, but there's going to be a run of guards from 5 to 10. We might see 5 guards go right in a row, and I do look at that draft back in 96 comparable to what we're going to see on Tuesday night.
Hall of Famers, MVPs, championships abound in 96. And to answer your question, I was sleeping with a nightlight back in 1996, Bobby Marks. NBA Draft Tuesday on ABC and ESPN. Thank you, Bobby.
After the big question is, who will go number 1? Darren Peterson from Kansas or BYU's AJ Dybantsa? NBA draft analyst Jeremy Woo joining us now. Jeremy, what is the latest you're hearing on who will be taken with the number 1 pick?
Jay, the Wizards are narrowing down their choice here to 2 players, Darren Peterson and AJ Dybantsa. That was the major news that Shams Charania and I reported this week. Now, the strategy here is interesting. Darren Peterson will only visit the Wizards. He's not planning to go anywhere else. He's putting himself in position to go number 1. He's trying to help the Wizards feel comfortable with him as a candidate after his weird year at Kansas. Now, Dybantsa also very much in the mix. He went to Washington and Utah. He is a candidate in both spots. The Wizards have a tough call to make, but I think we'll see where they land on Tuesday. But they've been very, very radio silent out of Washington, and it's the big mystery around the league right now is which direction they're going to go.
Yeah, no one giving anything away right now because the first round of the 2026 NBA draft begins Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC and ESPN. Jeremy Woo, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, our NBA front office insider Bobby Marks joins me now. Okay, Bobby, so the Wizards, they've got the first pick. We know that Trae Young, he's declined that player option with the team. So Washington remains the front runner, though, to sign him. What else do you think the Wizards should be prioritizing this offseason?
Well, about 2 months from now, there is going to be a decision when it comes to Anthony Davis, who is extension eligible starting on August 6th. To sign a 4-year extension with the Wizards. He's got 2 years left on his contract. The second year is a player option. Here's a player that they acquired at the deadline. Did not play this year because of injuries here, but certainly a big decisions on the horizon with with Davis. I think the other thing too, real quick, is this team's going to have to learn how to win. This is a team that finished the regular season 1-26. So although they get Young and Davis, there is some winning habits that need to be curated here.
Yeah, you would think if they can re-sign AD, Trae Young, get a number 1 pick here, maybe they could do something, because the Wizards started 1-15 last season. As you pointed out, they lost 26 of their final 27 games. Let's talk about Giannis. Trade rumors obviously heating up here. What do you think? Which team is in the best position to make an offer to Milwaukee?
I'm still in the belief it's Miami, because when you look at Giannis, it's the superstar checklist of 3 things that Miami has here. It's the win now player. When you look at a player like Tyler Hero, remember, you've got to get to $47, $48 million in salary just to send out. Hero makes $33 million as an unexpiring contract. Then you look at young players like Khalil Ware and Jaime Jaquez, 2 players on rookie deals, and then it's the draft picks. Remember, Milwaukee's got the 10th pick in the draft. Miami's got the 13th pick in the draft. They can send 2 future picks in 30 and 32. They've got some swap rights here. So I do think Miami's got, right now, has the best package out there. But we've got to get some clarity here. The draft's right around the corner on Tuesday night.
Yeah, we'll see. And generally, Miami loves to make a splash by getting big-time players. We'll see what happens. Bobby Marks.
To the association, where it's the offseason of Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks are listening to offers for the 2-time MVP, who is coming off a career-low 36 games played this past season. Giannis said last year that it might be time to move on. Team co-owner Jimmy Haslam says we'll find out soon whether Giannis signs a max contract to stay or is moved elsewhere. For more, let's bring in our senior NBA reporter, Brian Windhorst. So what's the latest that you're hearing on the Giannis trade front?
Yeah, if it feels a little bit like NBA business is frozen waiting for this, well, it is, because this isn't just about what might happen between Giannis and where he might get traded, the 2 or 3 places that are most likely to land him. But this could trigger second and third level moves where the players who were involved in this trade for Giannis could be removed. And those teams that could potentially get involved in that are standing by and watching closely. And that even could involve further draft picks. Just go back a couple of years ago when one of the big moves of the summer was Dame Lillard getting traded to Milwaukee. Well, that maneuver freed up Drew Holiday to be traded in a secondary trade to Boston, a trade that ended up being one of the most important trades of the summer. So you have teams sitting with cap space waiting to see if they have an opportunity like that. A team like the Lakers, a team like the Nets, a team like the Pistons. And so to a certain extent, Giannis is holding up all NBA business right now.
All right, we'll wait to see what is going on in Milwaukee. The future of LeBron James is also up in the air. He's set to become an unrestricted free agent. Wendy, what's the likelihood that he returns to the Lakers for his 24th season?
Well, I think LeBron is quite interested in going back to the Lakers. And here's the thing about this. LeBron is one of the top 3 or 4 free agents on the market. And if the Lakers were able to re-sign him, especially if it's less than the max contract he was on last year, it would be considered a win. But the thing is, to find the number that you're going to want to offer LeBron James, it may take a little time. The Lakers may want to see what becomes available via trade that they could use cap space on, what happens around the draft, and what free agents they might be able to land. And something else from LeBron's side. Even though you have a pretty good idea who has cap space today, that doesn't mean it'll be the same in 10 or 12 days when we get to free agency. There could be other teams that have interest in LeBron that could make moves in the next week to open up cap space to chase him. Everybody calm down and wait for the situation. Meanwhile, LeBron has moved his summer trip from the golf course to the seaside.
Yeah.
He's chill. Don't worry.
Yeah. He's spending a lot of time with his former team. Today is the 10th anniversary of LeBron and the Cavs winning Game 7 against the Warriors, and they've been having a lot of fun. Wendy.